Hello Wargamers, and welcome to our continuation of our 4th edition retro Warhammer series. We're actually nearing the end of it because we've shown off everything we really can. But today I finally show you the Grey Knights, or Daemonhunters, as they were known in this era of Warhammer 40k, because the focus of the book wasn't entirely on Grey Knights, though you could make entire Grey Knight lists if you wanted, though it warns you in the book that it was apparently very bad. And of course, this is my guest Austin playing the Emperor's Children today in our 1500 point game.
We play and call it work.
We're gonna take a look at my Daemonhunters first. Bam! An excellent publication from Games Workshop, I believe somewhere around 2003, a year or so and some change right before 4th edition had even come out, and probably my top 3 picks from my favorite armies of this era. But it doesn't stray very much from my favorite armies of modern 40k either. So we have like Necrons and Space Wolves and Codex Daemonhunters, really Grey Knights, but this one is so much better than what modern Grey Knights have available to them. Not like power-wise, obviously, because the scale of modern 40k is astronomical compared to what we have today, but just the options with this army book. You could build it with Astra Militarum allies, you could have Space Marine allies, you could do pure Grey Knight builds if you want to, though it recommends you don't do that, only do it if you want a challenge. Apparently it's really difficult to play all Grey Knights only with a Daemonhunter list. But the main thing is the customizable Inquisitors. You can make the Inquisitor your own, you can make its retinue unique, and you can kind of go from there. You don't even have to have Grey Knights in your army list if you don't want to. You can just have Imperial support with your Inquisitor Lord, or just Inquisitor in general. Now let's take a look at the actual army list before I get too excited here. I have an Inquisitor Lord leading the entire thing. He is going to be our general. I have yet to come up with a name. As I deploy him, I'll come up with a name for our Inquisitor Lord. Because he's a Lord, he can choose between 3 to 12 retinue. Now, he must have at least 3, and I wanted to keep it kind of simple. He has a couple of interrogators that he's mentoring and bringing to the battlefield with him today. They're simply going to have power weapons. You can spend up to 15 points on them. Power weapons, 15 points, very easy to use and remember. And then the other members, I had a hard time finding it, but it's only limited to 3 on the army builder. So I figured I'll just stick with 3. I couldn't find that in the codex, but I didn't want to go too far here anyways. And we're going to have 3 veteran guardsmen. These are going to be stormtroopers. They'll have hell guns and targeters. Targeters allow them to pre-measure before they shoot their guns, which is unique in this edition. You normally can't do that. On top of that, the Interrogator Lord is going to have power armor, a master-crafted power sword, a bolter, as well as the hammer hand psychic power, which I'll go into details about what a lot of those do as we get to them. In addition to having Auspex Bionics and an Icon of the Just, it's a 10-point increase to a refractor field, which gives a 5+ invulnerable save. The Icon of the Just gives us a 4+ invulnerable save. So we'll see if that matters whatsoever. Our second character, because we are going to be using Grey Knights, I really do like Grey Knights, is going to be a Brother Captain. This is a 1-wound character. The Brother Captain in this case is technically just a Terminator commander. So we brought him a retinue of 5 Grey Knight Terminators. One of them is going to have an incinerator, and they all have Nemesis Force weapons and Storm Bolters with a lot of special rules to go along with them. And again, I'll cover all those as or if they even come up in the battle report. Now, the Brother Captain is going to know Hammerhand as well. And the Terminator unit can only take 1 psychic power. It's called Holocaust. It is a assault phase. At the end of combat, they kind of just exploded in psychic energy and damage everything nearby them. Troops, I have 2 units available. Well, I technically had 3, but I was able to upgrade 1 to fast attack. Now for my troop choices, I have 1 Grey Knight squad. These eventually become strike squad members in later publications. This squad here is going to be 5 strong with a Justicar. Now the Justicars are going to have Artificer armor, which is a 2+ armor save instead of the 3+. And the squad will have a single incinerator, which is your fancy flamer. And the other troop choice is going to be a Stormtrooper squad, or Inquisitorial Stormtroopers. And Josh's models here for his Stormtroopers are going to be perfect for what I imagine in this list. The veteran is going to have a plasma pistol and a power weapon, and the other 9 members are going to have hell guns. I believe they come with targeters built in. And 2 of the guys are going to be upgraded to have plasma weapons, or plasma guns. My last unit here is going to be a heavy support. Now, when I said I had 3 troop choices, one of my Grey Knight Strike Squad members upgraded to have the Deep Strike special rule, which means they automatically go to fast attack. I figured I didn't want to deny myself the Deep Strike capability if I had it available, and I already had the 3rd troop choice available, so why not, and just go ahead with it. They have 6 members, because I had the points for the extra Grey Knight, and there's going to be a Justicar with Artificer armor, as well as an Incinerator in here as well. Our final unit in our roster is going to be heavy support for Grey Knights. It's the Purgation Squad, which is very similar to how they are today. So it actually doesn't change that much. I believe the Justicar in this squad couldn't afford Artificer armor, but there are going to be 4 side cannons and a Justicar. And that is my Demon Hunter list today. Very excited to get on the table and try out their rules and to show you guys how they played in 4th edition. Now let's go take a look at what Austin is bringing with his Emperor's Children.
I am Austin, if you haven't seen me in many of the battle reports, including the Resident Evil one, which is in the vault. Go to the vault. I am running the 3.5 Chaos Codex here. I will be running Lucius the Eternal. Luckily, Luka has let me.
Yeah, give my permission.
And with him, he has his 4 chosen friends, which are all in Terminator armor, with suspiciously hammer-shaped fists, which may or may not, well, they're power fists.
They'll count as power
yeah.
fist.
They're in a Land Raider. For troops, we have a 6 Daemonette, strong Daemonette squad, basically just to get to the holy Slanesh number. Then we have a 6-man unit of mainly Noise Marines. They all have sonic blasters, except for the Blast Master guy in a Rhino with dozer blades. Then we have our next Noise Marine squad. Well, I say Noise Marines. There's only 4 Noise Marines there. And then you have Icon guy, regular guy, and Champion with power weapon and pistol, making it a 6-man unit again. Woo! Funny Slanesh number. And then we have the 2 Chaos Dreadnoughts. One dedicates to Slanesh, so it has Warp Amp, and I have swapped out the Twin Heavy Bolters for the Twin Sonic Blasters and the Close Combat Weapon and the Doom Siren. Second one is just not dedicated, but it does have 2 close combat weapons, 1 bolter, or 2 bolters, sorry, and then just the triple Las Predator there at the end.
For today's mission, Lucius the Eternal has been reaving his way through this subsector of the Imperium for longer than he should be, trying to gain the attention of the Imperium in any way, shape, or form. Inquisitor Lord Akul, his retinue, and the Grey Knights of the Ordo Malleus will answer. This is going to be a cleanse scenario. We have 4 table quarters, as you see here, that we're gonna roll off 4 and deploy in. Whoever wins the roll off picks a quarter and forces their opponent to deploy in the other one, as we have seemingly caught Lucius the Eternal on his way to his next objective, trying to ambush his position, though on the flip side, Lucius has been waiting for something like this for quite some time, so it's not really an ambush. This is going to be a gamma threat level scenario, so it means we can infiltrate Deep Strike. There will potentially be battle at dusk or dawn, and the way scoring is going to work, the main objective is to engage and destroy the enemy army. You are going to get 100% of the points the opponent paid for his units in victory points if you destroy them. Otherwise, you'll get half for half and nothing for anything below half. Now, the table quarters are important to secure. They are going to be worth 0 victory points if you control your own table quarter. You'll gain 375 victory points for each table quarter that is adjacent to your deployment zone. And if you're able to wrestle control of the opponent's table quarter, you're going to score yourself 750 victory points. You obviously add that to whatever you scored by destroying the enemy units, and whoever has the most amount of victory points will be declared the winner of this engagement after 6 battle rounds. And I should note, to control one of the table quarters at the end of the game, you have to have a scoring unit in it, and your enemy has to have none at all. And again, a scoring unit is generally a unit that is at 50% or more of its starting strength, or a mobile vehicle. For today's board, we wanted to go with something a little bit more pleasant in a 40k setting, I'd say. This is an Imperial outpost that has not been molested by the forces of chaos yet. And we wanted to use some of our greener boards mixing with our fantasy elements here. The boards you see us setting up are from Adam at Greenleaf Terrain, very talented, makes this all by hand. He pretty much makes all of our hard boards. I'm pretty sure he has made all of our hard boards. So go ahead and check him out in the description down below if you want to go check out his work. You can contact him through Facebook. The other elements, the trees, the rocks, you're gonna find those are also from Greenleaf Terrain. We use a road that we got from my mini factory. I couldn't tell you where, but there's lots and lots of STLs and prints available there. And of course, all of our buildings and our walls are from one of Games Workshop's newer kits that I believe they came out with in 9th edition and is still for sale in some locations. You guys want more Warhammer 40k? Well, don't worry. Vault members get early access to our battle reports, like this introductory match where I play the Thousand Sons and show off their rules and how they played 20 years ago against my opponent Andrew and his witch hunters. The perfect matchup for the Arc Traders themselves. Watch it right now by joining the vault at miniwargaming.com/vault or just click the join button below. All right, Austin, are you ready?
Let's go.
Boom, this is the roll-off for picking size. You got a 5, I got a 5, that's a re-roll. I got a 5, a 2. So I get to pick the table quarter I will be deploying in and forcing you to deploy in the other. You know what? I'm gonna pick this table quarter here, which means that you're gonna have to approach from over there, which kind of represents you haven't quite got to the facility yet, so we're gonna try and cut you off before you do anything malicious here. In this nice, and keep it all nice and clean and silvery blue.
For long.
Hopefully it'll be for long. I like this random ramshackle bridge. This is kind of for a Mordheim/fantasy setup, but I think we got ourselves a really pretty board in today's game here, so I'm really proud of what we put together, Austin. Now, let's go ahead and muddy it up with our models and play a game of Warhammer. We are done with deployment. Austin lost the roll, so he was forced to go on this side and started deploying all his heavies. Dreadnought down first, kind of screening where I can go because I have to be 18 inches away. Purgation squad, I got my brother Captain and his Terminators. The strike squad that are my troops. My Inquisitor Lord Akul and his retinue in their Inquisitorial Rhino. I forgot to mention the Rhinos. I have 2 of them in the list because I have the Inquisitorial Stormtroopers riding in the second Rhino over here. Funny enough, I don't think strike squads can take Rhinos, so they're always on foot or deep striking if they're taken as a fast attack choice instead. So you can take 2 squads of these as troops and then just put them on fast attack and have them deep strike, which is kind of cool. And of course, in reserve, I do have that 1 strike squad. And then for yourself, you have your 2 dreadnoughts out front, a noise marine squad and a rhino, Lucius and his chosen in the land raider, predator with the las cannons, and of course the other noise marine squad holding the wall. The goal is to try to conquer. These are very coveted. There were 375 points each. The sector, but we can say the buildings, the important part, because that's probably we're going to end up lingering by. And of course, you can wrestle control of the opponent's quarter. That's pretty much a win in a lot of ways, because it means you probably beat up their army pretty bad too, realistically. And for yourself, you have demonettes in reserve. Now, there is one extra clause. Grey Knights have a lot of extra special rules against demons, but if I'm able to destroy that demonette pack, we only really show up against large-scale incursions or extreme threat levels. All demons that die just get recycled and come back into play. Now, they don't summon in like normal. Yeah. They walk in from board edges, representing there's lots of demons surrounding this area. That's why the Inquisitor is here. That's why the Grey Knights are here. It's like all demons, not including greater demons, effectively, and like the heavy support stuff.
Yeah.
But in this case, it's just the 6 demon nets. And on top of that, anything else that comes up, well, I'll mention it as it comes up. That way, if I forget about it, no one will be the wiser. So we're going to roll off to see who gets to choose who takes the first turn. I'm going to roll right in the river on a 4. And Austin's going to get a 3. All right. So
river blessed you.
The river has blessed me. I kind of want to go second. Typically, you want to go second. I like to reactively play also, so we'll see how well that goes for me. But before I make that decision, we have to see if it's dusk or dawn. So I'm going to roll a die. On a 2, 3, 4, or 5, nothing happens. On a 1, it's dusk. On a 6, it's dawn. 1. Dawn it is! I just had to confirm if it was dawn or not. So that means we are starting this encounter before the sun is rising. That means the first turn, night fighting will be in play. So you have to roll to see how far away you can actually target your enemies and everything like that. So I will definitely go second. Because I don't really have any... I noticed that with the Demon Hunter list, you don't have access to a lot of heavy weapons unless I didn't notice them. So I'm going to have an incredibly difficult time dealing with your 5 vehicles. So I'm going to pretty much just ignore them or hopefully get lucky with my Strength 6 guns against the Armor 12 Dreadnoughts, unless you bought them the Armor 13 upgrade. No. So I can hurt them. Very good. I will go second, so we'll leave it in your hands, Austin, for turn 1 with the Emperor's Children. Moving into the first turn, nothing crazy dynamic. We're going to have Austin move his pieces, and we're going to show you where they end up. Again, no real running in 4th edition. Everything moves 6, or 6 to 12, or some variation more than that if you're a fast vehicle. Though we do have roads in play, technically the tracked vehicles can move quite a bit faster on the roads. Though I don't think that's going to be really used. Because that means you want to shoot your weapons. So not moving too much, just the Rhino butting up against the bridge there. The Noise Marines creeping a little bit closer to the Grey Knights, maybe a few inches. Predator riding up on the road, but only going combat speed. And then we're going to see if we can move this Land Raider
up to there.
Boom. He's going to try and roll over the thing. Rolls a 1.
Of course.
And is immediately immobilized upon...
Always buy your dozer blades, kids.
Yes. It could have been a double 1, so it might not have really mattered too much, but the Land Raider is immediately immobilized as his track gets stuck in the shrubbery or by touching the... by trying to roll over the broken well there. Well, it's still a bunch of las cannons and heavy bolters I have to deal with, but at least I don't have to worry about it rolling down the middle of the table. That's pretty much it for movement. We can go right to shooting. Start with the twin las cannon. We have to see if it can fire into the dark over here. So it's going to roll 2d6 and multiply it by 3. Oh yeah, that's going to be 27 inches. We know that it's got 48-inch range. This is about 24 inches. So it's good to fire that. But because it moved at combat speed, it can only fire the one weapon. The defensive weapons it has no defensive weapons.
Yeah, so the other las cannons are strength 9. So the twin link las cannon
hits. And it needs a 3 to pen for sure. So strength 9, it's going to roll a 12. I'm only armor 11 on the front here. Double checking, I'm not quite hull down on the front here. So we are, we're going to take that penetrating hit. Why don't you go ahead and roll on the chart there. It's going to be a 4. Penetrating hit table, 4 up, his vehicle destroyed. 6s explodes. We dodged that one. However, the guys inside are about to have a bad time. Glorious shot and transports our steel coffins for guys inside. Because it took a penetrating hit, they have to get out of the vehicle. However, unfortunately, it was wrecked by that penetrating hit. So some of the damage to the vehicle might spill over onto the unit. I have to roll a die for every model in the unit. And on a 4 or more, they have suffered some type of wound on the way out, be it a burn, some suffocation from smoke, maybe they got stuck in their seatbelt or something. They get their full save though, and they are wearing carapace armor, so they have 4-up saves. Ooh, wow, their armor is 4 of them died in the steel coffin on their way out, and those who do manage to get out are entangled, which means they effectively count as pinned. Entangled is just a way to pin fearless units. Yeah, exactly. Ooh, I don't want to lose. I'll lose 2 from the front and 2 from the back. I'll have 6 guys remaining. And I don't believe they have to take a leadership check because of all the models they lost. I'm going to roll it anyways and pass and not worry about it. Makes up for the immobilization on the Land Raider there. Yeah. What would you like to fire next? I guess you only really have these guys.
Go for Dreddy.
Yeah, you go for the twin sonic blaster one in the back.
Yeah.
You're going to try and take... What do you want to shoot at? Any of these guys here? Now you... Oh, he's a big guy. He doesn't care about shooting the nearest thing.
Yeah. I mean, they're entangled, so they're not manner. Probably them.
Go for the purgation squad?
Yeah.
Yep. So you just have to do a night fighting check. 2d6 times 3 for the Dreadnought. He can see, 36 inches. And because he's a Dreadnought, he doesn't care about moving and firing heavy weapons. So he's going to go ahead and fire the heavy version of that, I assume.
Yeah.
Which is heavy 3 twin linked. However, we did forget about the Fire Frenzy rule on Chaos Dreadnoughts. So Austin's going to roll a d6 for each of them. On a 1 or a 6, something will happen. 2 to 5, they operate normally. So we'll start with the 1 out front.
Of course.
A 1. That's really good. 1 is Blood Rage, 6 is Fire Frenzy, I believe.
Yes.
So 1 means you cannot shoot, and you add d6 inches to your movement towards the nearest enemy. So why don't we go ahead and add a d6 to his movement, and he's going to run towards the Grey Knights. 2. Well, that's easy. I'll just go ahead and we'll go 1, 2, and he may not shoot this turn.
Yeah.
And then we're going to roll for this Chaos Dreadnought, and we're going to get a
2.
nothing.
So he's fine.
He's good. Everything is fixed state of the game, and we're going to go ahead and resolve that Twin Sonic Blaster. Hitting on 3s, Twin Linked. Don't even need it. A strength.
Exactly 3s. Strength 4.
All right, 4 is to wound. 2 wounding hits, and AP 5. I'll get my full power armor save here. We are gonna lose one of our guys. I think, much as I don't want to, the Justicar is gonna eat that round because I really want the Strength 6 guns. Good start so far. I should point out that because it's currently a Dawn attack, the Grey Knights are not benefiting from one of the rules called the Shrouding, but that'll come into play on the second turn. It's very similar to Night Fighting. All the Grey Knights, they have like a passive psychic power that obfuscates their position. So to fire at Grey Knights, you pretty much always have to do a check like that to see if you can even fire at them. Or if you just fire at some illusory duplicate that's nearby. Do you want to fire the las cannons from the Land Raider that's immobilized?
Well.
It could fire just that one sponson if it wants to over there, whichever one you want to do.
Or the fake heavy bolters, which are clearly heavy bolters. I don't know what you're talking about.
Nah, those are heavy bolter turrets in the middle.
Yeah. So everything into the Rhino.
Right into the Rhino, so just a single twin las cannon. Because it did move, I believe. And those Land Raiders have special rules that ignore moving and firing. I actually have not played with a Land Raider in 4th yet.
The heavy bolters are under strength 6, however, so they're a defensive
Oh, they're a
weapon.
defensive weapon. Okay, so we can fire. And we'll just fire the heavy bolters there as well?
Yeah,
Yep,
I
as
do
well.
have to check for Night Fight, though.
True. 2d6 times 3. Ooh,
maybe.
15. That is going to be shooting into the darkness. Those shots automatically miss. And then we might as well, we got a combi bolter there, which could probably fire.
Yeah.
Those also have fire points in this edition, so they pop open the top hatch and a couple of guys shoot out of it.
So everything was shooting there.
The strike squad there. All right, night fighting. 2d6. Ooh, that's 6. That's 18. That's probably in range. We know it is because we would have had to deploy outside of 18 and you move closer. So we got the combi bolter and 2 noise marines popping out shooting guns. Normally, when you pop open a fire hatch and fire out of it, it makes the vehicle open topped, unless you have a 2-up or a 3-up save. So obviously the noise marines have power armor, so it stays closed, which is very good. And one is going to be a blastmaster, and the other one's going to be a
Regular sonic blaster.
and they count as moving, so they're going to be firing at their varied frequencies.
Yeah.
All right, what do you want to do first?
Let's do the Blastmaster.
Blastmaster. That is going to be hit,
And strength 5.
3s to wound, and I believe this causes pinning.
Yeah.
Is a single 3-up save. I'll save it. Oh, we're good. I can't remember if pinning is hits or wounds. I'll double check. And the Sonic Blaster, a couple shots, the strength 4. You can,
3s.
and you can throw in the bolter in there as well because it's the same to wound profile, which should be a single shot that's twin linked. It hits as well. These all wound on 4s. 2 of them. 3-up armor saves. Ooh, we're gonna lose a storm bolter to that. And pinning only comes into play when it causes a casualty. So that's all we have to really worry about there. And I think we're done. Unless we have that noise marine squad in the back there that could check to see.
Might as well try, yeah.
We'll do a night fighting check first.
Trying to shoot them closest.
I'm gonna roll a 6, 18. That might be out of range, but we can double check. All right, so they do shoot into the darkness and the shots miss with night fighting as the sun is creeping its ugly head up. I believe we're done the turn. There's no assaulting to resolve. So we can go right to Daemonhunters, turn 1.
This battle report is brought to you in part by the Las Vegas Open 2025, one of the biggest tabletop events in the world. And right now, you could win a free ticket just by signing up for their newsletter. Whether you're into Warhammer 40k, Star Wars Legion, or Horus Heresy narrative games, LVO has something for you. Head over to miniwargaming.com/LVO for all the details. Contest ends August 31st.
It's gonna be tough to deal with these mechanical monstrosities coming up and over the bridge. The only options I really have are my plasma gun guys. However, they're entangled right now. I got the one model laying down to help me remember that. So they're not able to move or shoot this turn. And I have the Purgation Squad with their, what are they called? Side cannons. So I might, and I got the Inquisitor who has the Inquisitor and the Brother Captain both have Hammer Hand, which doubles their strength characteristics. So he goes to strength 6, I think, and the Brother Captain goes to strength 8. So they could do it as well, but those are both melee options. He also has Melt the Bombs I could try out. Lots of options there, but those are it. So as we go to moving, side cannons are they have suspensor webs built in, so if you move them, they can still be fired only at up to 18-inch range, which shouldn't be a problem. So we're going to move them, and they're going to shoulder right up to this wall to get some clear cover, and it also looks cool. Otherwise, they're 36-inch range, but I'm just going to fire at that guy anyway, so it doesn't really matter. We are going to move this strike squad 6 inches that direction. We're going to move our Rhino. Boop, boop, boop for dramatic effect. And then we're going to have the Terminator squad move on over. Their bolters can't hurt anything, but I do want them to kind of act as a bulwark on this bridge for the Dreadnought coming over. I'm going to stand up this model so that to represent they've broken free of their entanglement, but they cannot shoot this turn still. We're going to go right to shooting. And we're going to fire our side cannons into the nearest Dreadnought there. I do want to point out one really cool thing you can buy with Witch Hunters and Demon Hunters, pretty much any of the Inquisitorial armies, is you have an Inquisitor ship in orbit that can orbitally strike the battlefield. It takes up one of your heavy support slots. I didn't buy it in this game because I felt like I didn't want to orbitally bombard this part of the battlefield. I wanted to try and secure this area instead of bring it to a smoking ruin.
Yeah.
We're not a radical Inquisitor. We're young. We still believe in the tenets of it and trying to salvage what we
still
can.
Have hope. Yeah.
We have hope, right? Yeah, we're not quite there yet. We'll say Inquisitor Lord Akul is maybe 70-ish years old. So he's got about 40 years of service under his belt. Not enough to get jaded. Much. Got to check for night fighting. Should be able to hit him. Hopefully I don't shoot in the darkness. 18 inches. That'll be 18.
Yeah.
Now, side cannons are 3 shots each. They are strength 6 AP 4 heavy bolters, except the psi ammunition they use ignore invulnerable saves. Not relevant here, but a cool little piece of information. Imagine they were fighting demons. Obviously.
Hey, they're coming.
That's why demons get like the free points for all their non-greater demon equivalents, because that would just nuke a squad like every turn they shot at. Yeah, like no save. You get cover, I guess, at least if you had cover. Yeah. I should note that bloodletters in this version of the game actually have 3-up armor because they're covered in essentially thickened brass hide. Yeah,
doesn't help me with my Daemonettes, but
no.
Good to know.
These are going to be 3s to hit with the Purgation squad. We're going to miss our Justicar, but his sacrifice was hopefully not in vain. Your armor 12, I need 6s to glance. No rerolls. 2 glancing hits. Cover won't matter because it simply just makes pens glances for vehicles. So a 6 will destroy it, but I would like to immobilize it. Oh, a 1 and a 3. I don't know. 1 to 2 is both shaken. 3 will be crew stunned, so effectively just crew stunned. A lot of the vehicle's elements are shaken up by the attack. It may not move or shoot on the following turn, but is otherwise fully active after that. Now, we do have some shots we can do to the Noise Marines over there. This Grey Knight squad is going to try and take shots at them, assuming we can see into the dark. 21 inches. I moved a little bit closer to you, so I might be able to. Could you check that range for me, please, Austin? I only have 3 Stormbolters that can fire.
One.
Just one dude?
Be the 3 here.
Boop, boop. Oh, so the Incinerator out front can't do it, but those 2 Stormbolters will take some shots. 3s to hit. Ooh, 4s to wound. A Stormbolter is just 2 shots at 24, which is very rare this edition. 3 saves, no AP. Austin rolls all power.
Fine.
He's A-okay. We're not going to pop out of the hatch to fire anything from the Rhino. I don't want to make it open-topped because the guys actually don't have a good save. They're actually only 4-up save. The Pintle Stormbolter will take some shots at those Noise Marines. Why not? Bang! Couple hits. No wounds. I did forget about night fighting, but it didn't wound anyone, so it's A-okay. We're going to try to have these Terminators with their Stormbolters take shots at that Noise Marine squad, if I can even see them. Should be able to with 33. As I stoop down to look, the bridges blocked the line of sight. So I just did the night fighting just to make sure I could see. Then I actually looked afterwards. That will end my turn. I have no charging and no fighting on turn 1 of 6. We're going to go to your turn 2. Let's see if those Demonettes show up on a 3 or a 4.
It's a 3.
It's a 3
They're
because you're
6.
the holy number.
No.
No, you might see them next turn. See if they are crazy or not. So,
No, the stunned is...
oh, that's perfect. That's Fire Frenzy. Oh, I can't shoot this turn either, though.
It's perfect, except it's not.
I guess.
For the... That's a 1.
That's a 1? Ooh. That's so it also can't shoot this turn, but it has to move towards
6 and then plus d6, I believe. We'll get back to you.
So we'll see. We'll say it has to go this way because it'll go the furthest it can, and that guy's currently blocking them. So he'll go 6 plus d6 if you want to roll it together now. Boom. So he goes 9. And he can't shoot his guns this turn, but he can charge. He's going to go right on the bridge, and we're going to... I can't remember if I said it on camera or not, but I did tell Austin, this rickety wooden bridge can support a surprisingly...
Dreadnought.
We're going to say it can support 48 tons of weight. Don't ask what that bridge is made out of. The wood on this planet is some of the rarest wood in this subsector of the galaxy. In fact, it can't carry the Land Raider. I think the Land Raider is somewhere around 75 tons. So that would buckle the wood, but the Dreadnought's no problem. Now the benefit to Blood Rage is you double your attack characteristic, though Dreadnoughts can only charge 6. So he's only going to really make it to there, so we know he doesn't have any charge targets.
Curse you, cat man. Get closer to me.
I'm going to step away, I suspect, very shortly. And then are we gonna disembark Lucius and his chosen?
Might as well.
Yeah. Lucius and his chosen end up there, and I should point out the sun is rising on this second turn, and night fighting is no longer to play. Though Grey Knights do have the shrouding, so it's still you still have to roll to see if you're hitting the right targets or not. It's a cool rule they have built in that works against every army, not just chaos and demons. I assume we're going to keep the Predator still, and the Land Raider's got to stay still. The question is, what are these Noise Marine squads doing?
They're staying, they're moving.
Gotcha. With that move, we go right to shooting, and we're just going to figure out where we want that to go. Start with our Predator friend. He's going to fire at the Inquisitorial Rhino. That thing is not shrouded, and there's no night fighting, so he's rolled a hit. You are going to be definitely within... This would be the 4 feet over here, so you know you're good. Yeah. By all means. We're doing twin linked one first?
Yeah, make it easy.
Well, twin linked hits, and then you can do the one sponson as well.
Yeah.
So 2 hits. We're armor 11 on the front. You need at least 2s to glance.
Pen.
But we're double checking, and we are hull down because of the bridge. You can see the top half of the Rhino. So if I make 4 up hull down saves, I make the pens and the glances instead. Oh, there's 2 glances instead. So go ahead and roll them both on the glancing table. A 6 still destroys him. There, he's destroyed. 4 is nothing significant. The 4 destroys the Stormbolter, so the hatch can't open up anymore. And the pen does wreck the vehicle, which means these guys have to get out. And it's the same concept as these guys over here. So it's a burning, smoking, hot mess that they're all rapidly trying to evacuate from. I thought I got lucky by making them both glancing hits, which means the crew is fine. Usually, however, the 1-6 result still is a vehicle destroyed. I believe this later does get changed to 5th. You need to, it makes it a 7 maybe, and you need extra AP to get a vehicle destroyed on a glance. I can't quite remember, but they do lighten up a little bit because the transports are really rough in 4th. Now, being entangled is a big deal for a squad like this because the Inquisitor Lord has a rule called Iron Will. You could choose to fail or pass any leadership check game or leadership check in the game if need be. So you could take casualties to shooting, not like the position you're in, choose to fail the panic check, run away, and then when you go to rally them, you can choose to pass the rally check. So he's like a pseudo, actually a better they shall know no fear, because you get to choose when you want to do it or not.
They shall know fear temporarily.
The Iron Will of Akul cannot be matched. I do have to take 6 potential wounds though as we evacuate. On a 4 up. Ooh. Oh, so it's 4 up. 4 up is bad for me.
Yeah.
4 up is bad for me. I have 3 veteran stormtroopers who have a 4-up save. And 2 of them are dead, and we'll put the last save on them as well. Oh, my stormtroopers all died. 1 correction. I'm going to put that 3rd one I rolled on one of my interrogators. We're going to lose this interrogator. These don't mean they're dead. It just means they suffered a wound and can no longer keep the game going for them. So the interrogator that Inquisitor Akul is mentoring didn't quite make it out of the Rhino. That mechanically, I want to keep one of the veteran warriors because there's 6 different options. When you build an Inquisitor Lord, you pretty much pick 3 to 12 basic human profiles and then choose to upgrade them in 6 different ways, being interrogators. You could have little familiars or cherubs. You could have servitors, a bunch of different things, and they all augment the Inquisitor in a different way. So keeping one of the veteran stormtroopers alive increases his weapon skill by 1. So I want to keep that going as long as I can. Whereas the interrogators act as like a free lookout serve before a lookout serve is really a thing. If the interrogator ever takes a wound before rolling a save, I can automatically have this guy jump in the way of the wound and take it and die instead. So it's like an ablative wound for him. So I want each of them around. But I also want to keep the narrative of he's not going to throw away his interrogators for no reason. I'll just lay that interrogator down. Remember, they're entangled and we may proceed with the shooting. So for that predator is 2 for 2. Popping rhinos, no problem. Where do you want to go next? We know they can't fire, so we're pretty much just left with these
Let's
elements.
start back to front. So next we'll do the Land Raider.
Land Raider's up next. The Twin Heavy Bolter in the middle and the right sponson are going to go for the Terminator squad that they could see. And it has... Chaos Land Raiders have a rule called the Infernal Device that kind of pilots it like a demon engine sort of thing that allows it to fire one of its weapons at a different target. And we're going to fire the other sponson at the Purgation Squad, I guess.
Yeah, because might as well.
Though it does hit at a BS of 2 and hits on 5s on the dice. But it's twin linked, so you might as well go ahead and do that one first.
Yeah.
So a twin linked hitting on 5. Miss. No. The device. No. And then everything else at the Terminators here. What are we doing? Last cannon?
Let's go heavy bolt. Just got 3 dice in my hand.
That is going to be 2, 1 hit, but it is twin linked. Ooh, that is all hit, and these are 3s to wound. Oh, these are 2-up saves on Terminators, of course. And he cannot get through the armor. However, the las cannon is going to miss, but it's twin linked. It's a nasty firing platform. A 2 to wound still. Ooh, that's a 2. And, well, we have 5-up invulnerable save or 5-up cover, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, it's going to smoke a Terminator. Now, luckily, that can see these 3, so it doesn't just snipe my character for no reason. We're just going to take that guy out of action. So always hate to lose the Terminator. And then we have those 2 squads there to fire.
I'll start with these and their combi bolters. They'll shoot... them.
Them?
Why not?
They will. Can they see these guys?
I think the bridge is in the way.
Okay, if the bridge is in the way, it's no problem. They can fire at them. That reminds me of my shrouding rule. The Land Raider has to check for shrouding. Now, it's a lot more lenient than knife fighting. It's actually 3d6 times 3. Oh.
Maybe.
All right, that's 12? Wait, no, 4 to 3 is 7. So I can only fire 21 inches. So we actually might be safe. Interesting. Yeah, the shrouding actually saved the model. So that's 21 away from my model there. And 21 away from, 21 away from that model who died. Oh, no one died over here. So it actually doesn't matter for them.
Yeah.
They made their saves. I actually get that one Terminator back. The shrouding saved it. Very cool. Nice. Didn't think that rule was actually going to do anything. 3d6 times 3 is usually 30 inches, so... I was going to do the combi bolter shots over there. We have to do the shrouding to see if you can see them. 3d6 times 3, I'm sure you can. Yep. 6, 7, 21, that's about 18, 19 inches. Then you have your 4 combi bolter shots that are twin linked. Only 1 hits.
Thank you.
All of them hit, and 4s to wound. Oh, all of them wound too. Holy moly! That's going to kill 3 of them. I guess we're going to leave the Justicar. I believe that's a leadership check. I'll have to see how Grey Knights interact with those. That was a hell of a good shoot, though. I went to go double check. Grey Knights are fearless. All Grey Knights. So Terminators, Strike Squads, all that stuff. Which means they also cannot be pinned. So the whole army list is a pretty close to fearless army list. Next up is the Rhino and 2 dudes. We just have to roll for the shrouding. You are definitely good at 30 inches. And
like the other squad.
What are we going to fire?
The Blastmaster single frequency.
Ooh, that's a blast attack. That's pretty good.
Them.
And then you have the combi bolter, and I assume just a single...
the single sonic blaster.
All right.
Heavy, because he didn't move.
Oh, true. So we'll just do the Blastmaster first.
Thing on that.
1, it misses, it shoots wide. The Blastmaster's a little strength 8 blast, which would have been nice, but it does go a little too far.
So, and then the sonic blaster.
3 shots, all hit.
Where were you before?
You can throw in the combi bolter in there as well. It's the same strength. It hits as well. These are all 4s to wound. Oh, wow. 2. 2 up saves. 6 and 6. It's everything shooting. Nothing is able to charge because we know that he's too far away. That means this guy is no longer shaken and stunned and he can operate normally. My guys are still entangled as we go to my second turn. Let's see if my strike squad comes in from reserve on a 4. No, we're also waiting to see them a little bit later. My turn. For moving, I have to be careful with these guys. I want to move them. I got to stay within 12, but if I get within 12, it means you could charge me. But I want to be able to rapid fire my plasma weapons and the plasma pistol, because they are strength 7, and they can glance it on a 5, which could take me quite far. Because if I don't deal with these titanic metal monstrosities, we're going to be in a bad way. We're also going to move back this purgation squad, because they're strength 6, even if they move. So we're going to move them not too far back, just far enough that I know we're going to be relatively safe. And these guys, this is probably going to be 12, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Well, I guess what a Hellgun's range is. I don't know, the Hellgun can't hurt it. I don't know why I'm worried about a Hellgun. Let's move them over to here. I'm going to move just a little bit closer, just in case. There you go. As long as they only really went 3 or 4 inches. And then our paladin, well, not paladin friends, our brother captain and his terminators. Oh, and I have the Justicar as well. If you could just move that guy 6 towards you, I suppose.
The Rhino?
Yeah, he's just gonna rush towards you with his power weapon, I guess, and just see what he can accomplish. And then if you could move them 6 kind of towards him as well, because they want to fire stormbolters that direction.
Okay.
They're going to end in that position, and we're going to protect the Lord Inquisitor Akul, who is entangled in his rhino. We're going to stand up his interrogator, just so I can... they moved, they can't shoot this turn. And we're going to go right to shooting. I definitely want to see how this goes, so we're going to fire our plasma weapons into the Dreadnought there. We got a pistol and 2 plasma guns. You guys actually have targeters. The moment of truth, oh yeah, we're like 9 away. Which is 9 or 12, it doesn't matter. That guy can move 6 and charge 6. So if we're rapid firing, it can charge us. We're going to go ahead and do the 2 plasma guns. So the first guy, they do hit on 3s. They're veteran stormtroopers. Second guy, Haza gets hot. Is he dead? No, his carapace armor protects him, but he does miss. And then our plasma pistol on the, the one singular veteran. That's 4 hits. 5's glance. 6's pen. Ooh. 2 penetrating plasma balls. You have no upgrades on this Dreadnought, correct?
No.
Just the twin sonic blaster. So a 4 up and he's destroyed. A 5, a 6 he explodes, and 1, 2, and 3 do other dramatic things. Oh, 1 and a 3. Not destroyed. Yep, 3 is immobilized and crew stunned, so we just ignore the first result. But it didn't destroy anything. Dreadnought can no longer move for this game. So he's no longer scoring either, but he can fire still with his twin sonic blaster and his flamer. However, not this upcoming turn, because it's immobilized and stunned. So he can recover and shoot later. We just have to get away from him. He's kind of dealt with. So this purgation squad's going to go next and fire at the oncoming Contemptor Chaos Dreadnought. He also gives up half his victory points. So got some points out of that. 3s to hit this Dreadnought and 6s to glance it. Good start with rolling. And a single 6 could take us somewhere pretty far. Drop the die off the table. 1 singular glancing hit with the side bolter. See if I can get anything dramatic out of it. 1! 1 and 2 is this crew shaken, so you just can't fire your weapons. But you can do everything else normally. You can fight in melee. Well, I think you might lose an attack in melee, but whatever. I'll look at that later when it comes up. The rest of my shooting. They can't fire, but these guys can. They're going to put all of their stormbolters into our noise marine friends there. Never mind, that bridge is way more obtrusive than it looks. So we're going to have to take a few shots at Lucius's unit there. Now, they're the closest that we can see, so we don't have to do a leadership check. We're just going to go, that guy there, the Justicar, the strike squad can't see either. So we'll do him first. Actually, let's throw them all together. Shouldn't matter. This model can't see the target. This guy's got an incinerator, so he can't fire. So it'll be 10 stormbolter shots. 3s to hit. Always shooting. Oh, wow. I'll take 10 hits. I'll gladly take 10 hits. And I'll go ahead and take 6 wounds as well. No AP, of course. 2 ups.
Is one.
One chosen is overwhelmed by Stormbolter fire and killed. I'll take it. They're, of course, fearless, Marcus Lanesh.
Yeah.
Bah. And that is the end of my turn. So we're pretty happy with the results. We dealt with one of the Dreadnoughts, did not deal with the second one. This second one can be very big problem if he rolls a 1 on this upcoming turn. Let's see if your Daemonettes are showing up. I believe it's a 2 now. A 2! Yeah. We're going to have Daemonettes showing up on this third turn for the Emperor's Children. Let's see what these guys have here. So this guy's actually good because he's I'll do him first. Because if you roll a 1 or a 6, they're both Firing Frenzy now. This guy here? No, they're both operating normally. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and move a few pieces, and then we're going to bring some Daemonettes into play. We're going to go ahead and go with Scattering the Demons first. That's the icon with the flag in the back there. And it's going to go, 10 inches. It's going to hop over the river. We'll show you where it ends up. Wanted it there, and it's scattered almost a maximum distance here, and that's where the 6 Daemonettes are going to pop up. And now we have a Daemonette problem. Daemonettes are terrifying for power armor to deal with. They're very fast, and 6s to hit just go right to wound, and no armor save allowed. We're on to the Dreadnought. He is going to go to the crest of the bridge here and oversee everything. I don't think he can make a charge. We'll see, though. It's kind of far. And then is Lucius going to creep up behind him?
Yep, Bernie.
His squad. There we are. He'll be just a threat for later I have to deal with. Oh, great. Have the Noise Marine squad in the Rhino with the Master Blaster disembark and move. Gonna move the Rhino first so you can disembark from both the hatches and walk up that way. And then the other Noise Marines are gonna cross over to shoulder up against the wall on the other side of the bridge, or to plan to do that.
Yeah.
Ending up there, and then the Daemonettes can move and act as... Oh, they're going for the Inquisitor Lord or the Terminators?
Terminators, but
okay.
Overrun is a thing.
That's true. That's assuming you beat the Terminators. I really hope you don't. Worst thing is they're fully capable of just smoking the Terminators too. Depends on how well Austin can roll. I think we're done moving though. I think everything is moved. Well, unless you want to move the Predator.
No, it's
you're happy with his position there. All right, now I'm gonna figure out some shooting. For the Predator, everything except this Sponson is gonna fire at the Terminators because them's the rules.
Can I see them though?
Oh yes, that's true. Thank you. I forgot about that. 12. That is definitely gonna be 36. I'll check it, but I think you're good. 36. Yeah, we're good. Very good.
All right, so twin linked first.
Hit.
Doesn't matter. Regular las cannon.
Miss. Funny. 2s. And, well, I'll let you roll that one. 2s, and we got cover and Terminator armor on the table, Luka, like an adult, not dramatically and hitting other models. If you roll a 1, Philadelphia is gonna betray us. Has to be one of these models that you can see. Let's get this guy. It's an incinerator. Let's get this guy. Blah. No, I don't want to. Dang, I don't want to lose any of those models. Maybe the incinerator. Because I'm trying to think of the combat upcoming. I don't want to lose a brother captain, so it's going to be the incinerator. Moving on to the Chosen and Lucius, firing at our Inquisitorial Stormtrooper squad.
On 3s, twin links.
Okay, 1 single hit from a combi weapon, 3 to wound. It does. It's AP 5. We're equipped with Carapace armor, so we get a 4 up, and we're okay. Stopping bolter rounds all day. Now, this guy took an immobilization result and crew stun, so no firing. This guy took a crew shaken, so no firing. We're left with these elements here, and the Land Raider, of course. We're gonna fire the Land Raider next. Now, the Sponsons aren't great with line of sight, especially the one tucked into the building. You can't see past the Rhino, but the Heavy Bolters can see the Precaution squad, and that Sponson over there is gonna do the Infernal device just to take a hitting on 5 shot into the Stormtroopers.
Okay. So for the vision thing, I can't remember what it's called.
Oh, the shrouding. Can you see them?
Probably.
With the 15 to 45, yes you can. What do you want to fire first? Heavy bolter?
Might as well. I have 3 dice in my hand.
3s to hit.
3s.
3 rolling. And 3s to wound. Heavy bolter stuff. 3 up armor saves. You get 2! I can only really see these guys, so we're left with those 2. But they're fearless. Of course, the hitting on 5s twin linked into the Stormtroopers. Re-rolling. No. All right. Now we're left with our Sonic Blaster Noise Marines. Rhinos up first, combi bolter into them. You can see them. It's pretty much like a 1-1 would be the issue. Yeah, that's about it.
Check before we get yelled at.
I can see why they may have gotten rid of the shrouding rule. Now, it works at this scale of game, but once you start putting a lot more models on the table, that would get annoying to resolve. Yeah.
And then 4, no.
Nada. Very good. Okay, and then we're left only with the Noise Marines. Bridge is the nightmare. The Sonic Marines, or the Noise Marines, the 2 out front with Sonic Blasters are going to fire at that Justicar.
Oh, wow, they can see.
Yeah, they can see them. And it should be 4 shots.
On 3. Things will get loud now.
Here, the Dirge of Slanesh. 1 wound. Boop. That can't get through power armor. I got my helmets on. And then that squad on the bridge can see many things. Do a leadership check on them. They are fearless as Noise Marines, but fearless is for morale and pinning and break checks, not for shooting the nearest thing. They pass, so they can shoot whatever they want. Yeah. You can go for the Lord Inquisitor, you can go for the Terminators. Well, I guess units block line of sight to other units as well, so he might be blocked by all 3 of these units.
Going for the Terminators.
Terminators it is. The Master Blaster moved, so we're just gonna do varied frequency?
Yeah, because I have to.
Gonna go ahead and do the Master Blaster first.
Hitting on that, and then running on 3s.
Yeah. And a save, 2 up. We're okay on the Terminator. And then all the Noise Marines. 3s to hit. Ooh. 1 miss, reeling the one that fell off the table. Okay, this is bad. 4s to wound my Terminators. Ooh, that looks, 3?
3.
All right. Only expected more than 3.
Where you get 3 ones.
Oh, I did get 1 though, so that's a dead Terminator. You can at least see pretty far in, so this guy is gonna take the hit. I need these models to stay alive because the Daemonists have to charge some of them. That means this guy could attack. That'll be for shooting, and we're right to charging. You can check to see if that Dreadnought's in charge range.
Might as well.
There's no downside. He is in charge range, so he's going to be able to charge right there to that model. This is bad. All right. Things are not going well now, and the Daemonet's going to charge.
Welcome to the fun bus.
Oh.
Population us.
This may have been a bad ambush from the Inquisitor Lord Akul into into Lucius and his Emperor's
Lucius
children.
And co, yeah.
And then they would just go behind them. If they have no other path to really get into contact with someone, they're not going to pull coherency and they're not going to sacrifice their attacks. So no one else is charging. Actually, they could charge because it's assault weapons if you want to go for that Justicar.
Yeah, sure. At this point, sure.
Yeah, all right, bring the noise. All right, the kind of conga line charge, they only move 6, like everything else. Still, 3 Noise Marines fighting isn't bad. Well, this went from bad to worse. That's okay. We might be able to, depending on how these assaults go, we can salvage it. Except I was really hoping I'd have 1 more turn against him to try to immobilize him. But we were happy with the 1 we got. I'm gonna go ahead and do this fight first. You have 3 guys eligible to fight. I only have my 1. You reduced my initiative to 3. Yep. With the Marcus Slanesh, I can't remember what it's called, the Dirge of something.
No, it's a Warp Scream, I believe.
It is Warp Scream, correct. So you go first. Do you have Inspiring Champion in there?
Yep, the dude with the banner.
That makes sense. Any war gear on him, or did you keep him simple?
Just simple, besides the Doom Siren and the banner.
All right, so he should have 2 attack space. So
excuse me, Sonic Blast, because Doom Siren is something else.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, so that is 2, so 3 attacks.
From him, yes. And you can, go ahead and do him. You can lump him in with the other guys, I think, but we'll resolve him on his own. Should be 4s to hit. So you got 2 hits from him, and then you got 4 attacks from the other guys. They're Chaos Space Marines that have bolt pistols and sonic blasters. They don't have close combat weapons. Another 2 hits. Should wound on 4s. Ooh, a single wound. And no AP. The Justicar is okay. He does get the strike back. I think he's only got 2 attacks. Now, Nemesis weapons... Oh, he's a Justicar. Nemesis weapons are interesting. I get to explain them now. They're always strength +2. And they're not a power weapon unless you're a Justicar, a Terminator, or a Brother Captain. And if you're a Grey Knight Lord, you get it to be a force weapon also. That's the main thing. But if you're just a regular Strike Squad member... I wish I could show you some, but they're dead. They're just a strength +2, no AP weapon. But strength +2 is pretty good. Justicar has 2 attacks base, but the Grey Knights have the true grit rule. They get to count their Stormbolters as pistols if they're charged. So you have a 3rd attack. It didn't matter. We need force to hit
There
him
was
still.
an attempt.
But he had a power weapon, so any wound he stuck there on a 4 would be a dead Noise Marine. I lied. I just wanted to double check to make sure, but Grey Knights are actually weapon skill 5 in this edition, just basic Grey Knights. So I do hit on 3s, and I kill 2 Noise Marines. Now they do have to be the guy. You don't want to kill the Aspiring Champion, of course.
No.
I won that combat. You're fearless, and I don't outnumber you, so you just pile on 6 inches right into me. And well, he did better than I expected, and the Noise Marines did worse than I expected.
Yeah.
But there's going to be a little bit more attacking me in the upcoming turn, and then we're left with this fight here. Again, you drop by initiative down with Warp Scream with the Demonettes, and you get to go first with, I think, everything. Right, a couple of things. Well, one thing we forgot is the Rites of Exorcism. To charge Grey Knights, you have to actually roll 2d6, take the highest. You're only an inch away. Just roll it for me, just for the sake of the rule. You would have got to go 6. You would have got to go 6 anyway, so Rites of Exorcism wouldn't have mattered. They really disturb demonic presence as long as Grey Knights are present on the battlefield. You also suffer an additional -1 modifier if you have to take demonic instability, as long as there's Grey Knights anywhere on the battlefield. But that's only if you lose. So we don't have to really worry about that one. You get to go first with your attacks. You get to go first, but before you roll your attacks, I do have Hammer Hand on the Brother Captain. I have to do it at the start of the fight. I do a leadership check, which I passed. I believe he's 9. And I get a double. He doubles his strength to 4 to 8, and he counts as having an extra close combat weapon, so he'll get 1 more attack as well, if relevant. You hit me on 4s with your 18 attacks. Every 6 is a dead Terminator, essentially.
You get your invuln save,
I do get my invuln save, but it's only a 5 up, and all the 4s will hit. That is Rending Claws in 4th edition. Never has been as strong than they are now. And I think you need strength 4 on Demonettes in this edition, so 4 is to wound. These I get full saves against.
So
2 2-ups and 3 5-ups. The 2 2-ups. Oh, you get a guy, and then the 3 5-ups. You'll get 3. So that will kill the whole squad here. All right. And then let's check the initiative of the Dreadnought, because he might have fought at the same time. Oh, that's so bad. The Chaos Dreadnought is the exact same initiative, so he gets his attacks at the same time, which means if he kills anything, the Demonettes will finish off the Brother Captain. He was shaken last turn from the Purgation Squad, which means he loses one of his attacks, but he charged, so he will ignore that one. He does have 2 Dreadnought close combat weapons, so an extra
3
attack.
to 4 now.
Hitting me on 4s. Couple of hits, and these are 2s to wound, and I get no armor save, but I do get my invuln. Oh, a single save on my Brother Captain. Well, technically, I'd be saving on that model, and then whatever damage they dealt would have been applied to the Brother Captain. Yep. Oh, we lived. That means the Brother Captain can fight at his initiative right now. He's going to have to fight Demonettes. Oh, you know what? There's an additional clause to Hammer Hand that makes me not want to use it. You literally you sheathe your weapon, and crackling energy comes from your fists, and you beat the pulp out of the enemy with your bare hands and rip them in half at strength 8. But because I don't get to use a Nemesis Force weapon, I'm going to not use Hammer Hand because I want to fight the Demonettes with it. So I'm just going to fight the Demonettes with my Nemesis Force weapon instead. Got 3 attacks hitting on 3s into the Demonettes.
Oof.
Oof. That's rough because Nemesis weapons ignore invulnerable saves. So, we tried. So we lost that combat. We are fearless, and you have 7 models to my 1. Unfortunately, because the Brother Captain is outnumbered 4 to 1, I take 3 hits. 4 to 1 or more being 3 hits. 2-up saves. Oh, he's dragged down and torn apart. He only has a single wound. So, he is killed by Demonettes, and that is a massacre for both of them, I believe. So they both get to move D6 inches and can engage new targets. They just can't fight again this phase. Which one do you want to do first, Demonettes or Walker? So I hit my camera. Do the Demonettes first. I want to double check to see how the Walker interacts with this.
So, Demonettes.
Oh, perfect. 1. Easy. Right to the Lord Inquisitor Akul and denying me any shooting. Only going 1, and then the Dreadnought trying it out as well. 5. Oh, yep, he'll be in there as well. He can go either way if he wants to go beat up the Lord Inquisitor.
It's going to be a danger.
Oh, fair. He's going to go towards them. That works too. I don't think you really need the help over here, I guess.
Yeah.
This is going to lead to a very grim turn 3 for the Demon Hunter force. If we get our delayed strike squad. Oh my gosh, that doesn't help at all. Deep Strike Reserve's really backfiring. Had I got them last turn, I was going to have them show up in this back quadrant to try to... Oh, I couldn't have done anything with the Land Raider, and that's a scoring unit. So I might have... I don't know, I would have figured it out. I could have used their help over here. All the Stormbolters obviously could help clear out this stuff and help fight them off. But... Well, as they say, no plan survives contact with the enemy, I guess. We're going to go right to moving. These lads are going to back it up and try to deal with... they're going to go... they have nothing to really shoot at if this Dreadnought's dealt with. So they're just going to go right here with their backs up against the building. And then we're going to reposition our stormtroopers here. And we know... again, if I'm going to rapid fire into him with my plasma weapons... then we're going to get shot at also and killed. So we might as well go ahead and shoulder up against the wall, get some cover against this guy. Ooh, but I gotta be careful against his flamer. He's got a Doom Siren, which can only really shoot to about here-ish. So I want to be careful. Nothing else can move. It's all tied up in combat. We're gonna go right to shooting. I guess we'll do the Purgation Squad firing at it first. We need 3s to hit. 6s to potentially glance it. Nothing there. We have the 2 rapid-firing plasma guns and the plasma pistol. Here's the pistol. Oh, it gets hot. He's okay, though. He's got a 4-up armor. And then the 2 plasma guns will go with the further back one. It's going to hit twice because they're veteran stormtroopers. And the next one is going to also hit twice. Now, these are going to be 5s to glance. 6s are going to pen. Oh, no! I need it! This is so rough. That's going to take us right to assaulting. I have nothing to charge, of course. Oh, man, he's going to have a free day over there. And then we'll do this fight here with the Justicar and your Noise Marines. You go first because of Warp Scream. Yeah. 5 attacks in total from your squad. 4s and 4s. All right, 2 hits at the start. 4s to wound. And can they get through my 2-up save? No. He does have Artificer armor. He's got 2 attacks base. True Grit, I think only works. Let me double check. What I should have said for True Grit is it works every turn unless he charges. So it still works actively here. He does hit on 3s. And he is Strength 6, AP 2. So he kills 3 of them. Because he hit the Nemesis weapon is +2 strength and a power weapon. So you're left with your champion. And you're fearless, and I don't outnumber you, so we stay right there. And then we move on to the fight with the Lord Inquisitor. We're going to go to fighting here. Again, Warp Scream on the Demonettes. They have the same upgrade. I'm initiative 4 down to 3, so it doesn't really matter. I am going to do Hammer Hand on him because the power weapon isn't going to do anything against demons. I might as well go to Strength 6. Hooah! I guess I could just choose to pass that with Iron. Well, Iron Will might not work for morale, like psychic checks. There's no way it does there. Yeah. It's only morale and pinning, of course. You're definitely going to get to go first with everything. Now, this doesn't count as a charge, so you just have 2 attacks each. But every Demonette's within 2 of the one in base contact. 1 Demonette in base contact is going to try to attack the Inquisitor. Well, will attack the Inquisitor Lord. The remaining 10 attacks will go into the unit. So we'll go to the Inquisitor Lord.
1 Demonic Talon.
Your weapon skill 4?
Yeah, so this misses, so it's just that.
Ooh, that's right to wound. He does have a Holy Seal, which is a 4-up invulnerable save. Oh, it didn't matter if it was Refractor Field or not. And then the other 10 attacks into the rest of my crew. Okay, very cool. Guess who's dead? Dead. And now he can only be attacked directly, so that 3rd wound is wasted. However... he's got to put some work in. With Hammer Hand, he is going to have 4 attacks. I guess it's interesting because it says he sheathes his power weapons and everything, but I don't know if the intent is to give him an extra attack with Hammer Hand or not. I'll look into it a little bit deeper. He's going to go to Strength 6, and he's going to beat up some Demonettes. Now, he was Weapon Skill 5 when that Guardsman was still alive, but you Demonic Taloned him to pulp, so we're Weapon Skill 4 again. Yeah, for Hammerhand, it says that he counts as having an additional close combat weapon, so I'm going to assume that means he gets the 4th attack here. 4s to hit, and 2s to wound a demonette. You do get your demon save, though.
So 5 ups.
Ooh, I just ripped
dead.
2 demonettes in half with my bare hands. Very cool. And I think it's a draw. You killed 2, I killed 2. So you'll go ahead and... We're already in base contact with these models, so you'll just go ahead and pile the rest in and get them up in there. Bad news bears for that Inquisitor. Now, unfortunately for Inquisitor Lord Akul and the remaining forces, this is going south fast. There has been no communication from the strike squad who was supposed to assist us by flanking the enemy force. They simply have just not shown up at all. So the Inquisitor Lord Akul is going to radio in to be teleported back up to his inquisitorial vessel and take as many strike squad members as he can with him. In other words, we are conceding the game, and we do not want to lose our Inquisitor to demonic forces. The day is Lucius the Eternal.
The world is ours.
And by default, it is Austin's, yes. There you go. We have a win for Austin. Is that your first win playing 4th edition so far?
Yeah, actually.
There we go. Not bad. I really like the outcome of that game. I really enjoyed the inquisitorial forces. If this guy was half an inch backwards, or I was able to immobilize him a turn earlier, or do something with them on this one turn, if he was stuck immobilized there and he was stuck immobilized there, these guys could put a lot of pressure on Lucius, and those 2 models might be able to fight free of that position. But as we go to Austin's turn, this guy just goes to muck them up. Like, no problem at all. He will probably be, maybe he'll fight free, maybe he won't be, but all of these shots will overwhelm them. And then by the end of it, you will have won the game. So the Inquisitor is going to tap out and concede. And that is pretty much all we have for today. But Austin and I will have a post-game show talking about Emperor's Children, 4th edition, the Daemonhunters in general, and what we plan on doing next. That is going to be for our members, those who support MiniWarGaming, those who allow us to continue making the content that you guys know and love. So a big thank you to them, a big thank you to Austin for making the trip to come play some games with us here at MiniWarGaming. You guys at home can do the same by going to miniwargaming.com/challenge for all the details. Happy wargaming, everyone, and we'll see you in the post-game show or in a future battle report.